Hey everybody, it's Tammy from Wisconsin on a hot, humid day in Wisconsin again. I can see the sweat in my hair. So our office is on the second floor of our home and it's hot. Let's just put it that way. So tonight I wanted to talk about, does the color of your car matter? So Leanne and I have been out shopping for cars lately, and when we first started shopping, we knew we wanted a smaller car, good mileage, but that was about it. I mean, it'd be the first car that we've had in probably 20 years at the least. I mean, for years I have been driving with the kids a full-size van, and we camped a lot, so the van always came in handy. And a couple years ago, I got a minivan, which I didn't think I'd ever do. I didn't want to be that minivan mom, but it's a nice little van. It's perfect for Leanne and I. And Leanne's always driven an SUV, which in Wisconsin, obviously with the snow and stuff like that, has come in handy. But now we decided to get rid of the SUV. Our van can pull our boat, and it's enough room in there, and it's time to just get a car. Leanne wants a car to just drive around in, and we want something that's got really good gas mileage because we enjoy visiting our folks. And I know I talked before, my folks live in South Carolina, and Leanne's dad and his wife live in Missouri, so we want to go see them more often and have a car, just a sporty little car, just be fun. So the first thing was the make of the car. We didn't even pay attention to the color of our car. I mean, it was the last thing in our mind. It was finding the right car, and then we were deciding between two-door, four-door, and all the extras we wanted. But then when it came down to it, we decided we wanted a Nissan Altima. And I want leather seats, not because I want leather seats. We had leather seats in one of our full-size van, and Griff, our son, says that they're not real leather these days, but the leather seats were kind of, and it was hard to clean. You had to have special stuff for it, but said the leather in today's cars is much nicer. The reason why I wanted leather seats though was because they're heated. A couple of times when we rented cars recently, we've had heated seats. When we were in Austin for the Empower Network thing back in February, it wasn't that, it was beautiful during the day in Austin, but when we got in the car at night, it was a little bit chilly, and those leather seats were nice. So with the heated, that was the key. The heated seats were nice. But, then we got to thinking about it. It's like, why shouldn't we get the color of the car we wanted? First it was like, well, you buy a used car, you get what you get. And then you think, okay, we believe that we are creating the world around us. We should be able to create a car with the color that we want. It's got to be there, right? So we gotten specific. We want a blue car. And we want a car, the Nissan Altima, and we want it with all the bells and whistles because we've earned it. And I get my heated seats, and we want the climate control. There's a few features. So the color car became significant to us because we believe we deserve it. But does the color of your car say something about who you are? I know my first car had a little red Plymouth Arrow. I mean, obviously they don't make them anymore. It was just a cute little car, got like 30-some miles to the gallon, but it had a special paint job. And when I first looked at it, I thought, oh, that car's too flashy for me. And then I started picturing myself, and I was like, yeah, I think I can handle a car like that. And it was a cute little car, flashy, because it said Jet on the side of his Plymouth Arrow, Jet. But, so does the color of your car say something about you? We want blue. Basically all we've seen out there is black, white, and gray. They call it silver. And it just, the more I've looked at cars, driving back and forth to work, and whenever we go out driving, it's like, that's all you see out there. Now, is it, the question to me is, are the manufacturers just making these three colors because it's just simple? Or people really want those colors? I read an article on Kelley Blue Book, and I put a link to the article down below that said the most popular color now is silver. Something to do with technology, every laptops are silver, blah, 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 blah. And I just think silver is boring. And, so, is it because people actually are demanding these, or is that what they're making because it's just simple to make three different colors? I don't know. Chicken before the egg type thing. The other thing that I thought of was Griff told us, well, it's easier to sell a black or a white or a silver car because that's what people want. Okay. Well, we're looking at cars and we don't want one of those, so I don't know. I think it all comes down to the model. I mean, we've never specifically bought a car because of the color, but I don't think we would have bought a car that we didn't like the color with. We might have walked away even if it was a used vehicle. I can't see myself in a lime green car. I never really liked yellow. So, maybe there is something to it that it's harder to sell a car if it's got a funky color. And I think that's what it is. It's a funky color. If it's not something extremely outrageous, even banana yellow. I mean, if you had a banana yellow sports car, do you think that's going to make it harder to sell? If somebody offered me a banana yellow Vet, I think about it, even though I'm not a fan of yellow. But banana yellow minivan, how many of those do you see? So, yeah, it's slightly in there. And then I remember years ago hearing about, if you had a red color car, your insurance was higher. So I looked that up. Insurance says, no, that's just a myth. Car insurance companies don't care. They've done studies that the car color, you get a foolish driver and a black color or a foolish driver and a red color. It just doesn't matter. So you got the resale value, you got personal likes, you got car insurance to be considered with all of them. But what it comes down to is, what do you want? And that's what it came down to with us. This is what we want. We want a blue car. We wanted a Nissan Altima, and we're going to get it. Period. We've got the cash to buy it, and that's the funnest thing about it. So we can go in there and say, okay, this is what we got. This is what we're paying, and that's it. So let us know. I'm curious, with what people have to say. Would you walk away from a car because it was black instead of white? Or have you shopped? Have you gone in there and said, okay, I want this car color, and I don't care what kind of car it is, it's got to be blue, or it's got to be white, or whatever. Have you shopped? Or is that your first thing? There's people have all different reasons why. Griff has a black car and he thinks it's really sharp. My parents had a black station wagon years ago, and you certainly didn't touch that car in the summer. I mean, it was freaking hot. I think you could have fried an egg on it, and it was harder to cool off then because the car, definitely a black car is going to absorb heat, and a white color's not. So, I mean, the next car my parents got was a light green station wagon, and at that time, I think I was the one who got stuck in the back seat of that all the time, and I can tell you, it got a lot cooler back there faster than the black one did. So that's another thing to take consideration. So leave us your comments. Tell us what you think. Does the color of your car matter to you? This time, the color of our car matters, and we're getting a blue one. So talk to you later and have a great night.